Okay, boys and girls, this is just a Easter egg slash gimmick video for you. Um, because I just finished playing Scourge of War and I haven't really got anything else better to do. So, welcome to my dashboard. And if you take a look at the analytics, there is a research one that's come up, not recently, but quite a while back. Click on this bad boy and you can find out what my viewers are watching. So, without further ado, let's see what fascinating things my audience watches in their free time. The first one is, of course, cat, because why wouldn't it be? Everyone loves cats. The second, I have no idea what that is. Tracker app. Ah, coder. Someone's doing some coding. How to be. Now that's just depressing. That's just depressing. Come on, guys. The trick towards happiness is satisfaction in what you do. There you go. Be satisfied in what you do, and if you're not satisfied in what you're doing, do something else. It's the third search, how to be happy. Admiral Makarov, this fellow, not much to say about this. It's just the old Ukraine one. Now, this was a unique one I found quite interesting. Flopper Cat. So, Flopper Cat, of course, I didn't know what that was, but now I do, because it's one of those big cats with a weird ears. Estonia and bushcraft survival. I guess we have some Estonian boys who like to watch, which is quite nice. Or maybe, well, why would you Google your own country? Maybe someone wants to move to Estonia. Um, rocket stove. Yeah, okay. A rocket stove. I mean, do they really work? I'm not sure, but it's always interesting. You could find out new things. Now, first I thought this was a name for a porn star, and I opened this, and then this came up, and immediately I was scared. But then I realized I assume that she is Stormy Webster, not the child, that lady. Um, but I don't know. There you go. Rust solo bass. We have some Rust aficionados. The Longo espresso machine. Someone wants an espresso machine, of course. And homemade soap. So someone's been watching a bit too much Fight Club here. And that means I'm a bit worried when I see that someone's searching for homemade soap. Because they're probably going to be making some sort of homemade explosive. Now we have this bad boy. Now I opened this and I was very amused but also depressed. But hey ho, we have some weebs in the audience. And then this is my favorite one so far. Binks the cat. Let's look. Let's play that bad boy. Someone watches this. Now you do too. Well, it's got 761,000 views, so it's doing something right. Fuckers. AFK Fish Farm. Oh, okay, a bit of Minecraft. Chu Thompson. Again. Alright, who are you the nonces? Come on out. Machiavelli. Ah, a true high IQ fellow. That's always good to know. Machiavellianism. I can tell we have some high IQ viewers in the video, well, in the channel. This is I would prefer this being higher than how to be happy, but at the end of the day, at least there's one guy up there who's a fancy fellow. Warhammer Fest, I can understand that. Yeah, I can get behind that bad boy. Grievous, what is Grievous? General Grievous, yeah, one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. I quite liked him. Sand casting, understandable. A Jimmy John's commercial. Super Bowl commercial, eh? Right. Lamborghini, nice. Bushcraft survival. Waiting back over here. More bushcraft survival. Someone wants to make soap. One guy, one guy wants to make homemade soap. Guy wants to go to bushcraft survival, and another guy is let's take a look. Wants to do that pressure cooker, that rocket stove. You know, I think I attracted a few preppers in the audience, but hey, you know, you'll be doing much better than I'm doing when the world ends. So, if you let me, I'd make a very good housewife if you let me stay in your bunker and eat all the tinned peaches, so to speak. Winky face. Sunday scaries, eh? What is Sunday scaries? Oh, that's an interesting concept. The idea that you get scared of going back to work on Monday, so you got to deal with these anxious thoughts. I like that. That's clever. That you learn something new every day. Someone's got a problem with their desk jet, so I can't help you. And the Civ 6 review, I in fact ignored Civ 6, and I'll never be playing Civ 6 because Civ 5 is better. But I'm sorry I couldn't let you down. Treasure Island audiobook, cool. Someone's a fancy good. Someone's got some class to them. So, what does this really mean for me? This means that I have a very wide audience um, of lunatics, but I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to see. One, I thought it'd be interesting because you don't really realize that I can see what you view, but I can't really see what you view, if you know what I mean. But I can see, like you as an individual, but I can see my viewers what they view, and I thought it might be interesting to see what comes up. I feel so I'm sorry for the guy who googled this. I do apologize. But I'm afraid I can't give you a video about how to be happy, unless it involves alcohol, fast food, or an interesting job. But yep, another point I suppose I'll make out is the reason I think a lot of videos these days are getting more and more basic in YouTube. So you see here we get all the list of all my videos I've done, but you can see we're gonna have a few copyright claims. So I do long videos, as you've probably noticed in my channel, and you can see the longer it goes, the higher risk of copyright claims. So this will no longer ever get monetized, but I don't particularly care. So what that incentivizes you to do is to make really short videos, or otherwise it will just constantly get copyright claimed. I don't really get copyright claimed recently with these videos. In fact, a lot of these ones haven't suffered too many copyright claims. Cold Arms does, which is a pain in the ass. I don't understand why this gets copyright claim because I've got loads of Ahoy 4 videos. But if you take a look at who copyrights claims them, I can't really show you. Well, I can't be bothered to show you. I've got to be careful with the law and that. And then you can look at all the fancy analytics as well. So you can tell here if you look at my content and take a look at. Oh no, let's go over here. Take a look at my reach. You can see the great and glorious views, watched hours, and subscribers. So that's why I really moved towards YouTube, was the fact that the algorithm actually does more for me in terms of actually getting people to watch, as opposed to Twitch, where people don't watch videos. Because most of my incoming views comes from actually not the streams but the videos themselves. And if you take a look at all time, we go up a bit, down a bit, and now we sort of stagnate a bit. But so that was a pretty high period of growth. I don't really know why. I probably, when I started doing the Hoi 4 videos and the Hoi 4 guides, and then it sort of petered down when I've just been doing my own thing, which is fine because it's more of a hobby than an actual thingamabobby. And of course, your watch time, your subscribers, which has always been sort of floating. We get a couple of drops here and there, but generally we don't do too badly. Don't do too badly in the slightest. Top videos, this pain in the ass. Like I did this video, the no step back guy, and I thought it'd just be a really basic video for the supply system, and now it just gets fucking spammed. I don't know why. I've done so many Hoifball videos, but for this particular one, it just gets fucking spammed. And then of course the general tutorials always are pretty good. Guides and tutorials are always pretty good if you're dragging forward. Again, I've done much better videos of Cold Armor Gates of Hell, but because of the algorithm gods, I've somehow got that many views, which again doesn't make any sense. Roach builds, yeah, it's acceptable. Easy Red 2 is a weird one. I don't know why that did so well. But it's just weird because sometimes the algorithm will just come into play and you magically want the video you'll be making a load of the same videos, but only one of them somehow catches the algorithm's eye and you get the good news. There's really not much else to see. You've got a few impressions, audience. You can work out my audience. So videos growing my audience, which is Ladrang apparently, because it increases. Ladrang did pretty well because it's quite an odd one. And it tells you about United States and where they live, well, where you guys live, and also what my market is. So as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a sausage fest. But I make sure because I swear quite a bit in most of my videos, that I always put an age restriction on them. So I will never really get that age bracket, which is probably where most of the views are. But again, that's not really the audience I want to attract. I would rather attract more mature individuals rather than have to pander with constant activity to attention deficited kids, which would be a pain in my ass. But there you are. That's what was very interesting to show you guys. Funny enough, I've never actually, well, I actually have subscribed recently, but before I did this, I never really subscribed. I just sort of picked and I sort of grazed from the main page of YouTube. But there you have it, boys. That's it done. I thought this was a bit of a gimmick video rather than constantly doing strategy games, and there was something to kill time on. But bearing in mind, that's not always where my views come. You can see some of them do extremely well. Like this is a pretty high one for me, and then this is a pretty high one for me. This one's growing for some reason, and then some of them just do nothing. Like they just don't advance in the slightest. These like yeah, some of them just don't do very well. So it is really a mixed bag. Generally, I think if it was more of a quantity game than a quality game, you just keep throwing out enough, and then eventually the algorithm picks one or two up, and that's how you build up. Because if you do a really good one, probably no one's gonna watch it. But if you just do loads of mediocre ones, someone's gonna probably pick it. The algorithm's probably gonna pick it up and run with it, which is pretty depressing if you think about it. Really, I should just get a cat and do some editing of the pictures of the cat. And then that way I'd make my fortune, but it's just not very interesting. It's a bit soul-sucking, isn't it? You know, a bit soul-sucking. And this is where I went live, so here you know all my live videos. Some of them failed, some of them did pretty well. I've got to be careful of the emulators because it's a legal issue. And this, for some reason, did extremely well, which I don't know why. Which I'm pissed about. I have no idea why I'm so unhappy. Like I'm so pissed off about this one because I really enjoyed the first part of it, and that's where I was the most talkative. And I worked out my mic was broken halfway. Crime Site, I enjoyed it for a while, but I didn't get back to it. But it's a sort of a mixed bag. I probably should continue on my Elden Ring playthrough once I feel like doing it. But it's weird in that way. Like it's strange in that regard. And of course, Grand Attack always gives me a good high level of viewers. Well, higher from what I tend to expect from the lower levels. But Grand Attack gets a bit repetitive after a while. I want more. Well, I like Grand Attack, but I don't want to do a full campaign because full campaigns take ages, if you know what I mean. I want to play one or two battles, but by the time I get to the big scale battles, I'm already bored. And of course, the Dual Threat Dream Team was, of course, that big French campaign there. I should do more Hoi 4 modded games. I may actually do some more on the weekend, but I've got to go for a run anyway. Anyway, I just thought that'd be interesting for you, and a bit of a meme. And of course, I talk long-winded and drag this out longer than it needs to because hey ho, it is what it is. Now, I'm pretty sure I didn't show any bank account details, but if I did, make sure you don't use them. And I will see you all later, boys and girls. Adieu.